Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. We're over 300 videos, and these are the longer ones, and we're over 500 shorts. I mean, it's amazing the things that you can do when you think it, where you can move past the unthinkable when you move past what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, if you have any topics, any comments, any questions, any topics, if you want me to give you my take on something, put it in the comment section. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, on Facebook, search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. You can see my face like that with my beard. On Instagram, you can type at Back on Basics. On X, you can do the same. Type at Back on Basics. On Threads, Back on Basics. Again, right? This is the mentality that we need to have, because if we want to do things, if we want to move forward, if we want to achieve our goals, if we just want to be the best that we can be, conform. So let me start by saying conforming means that you're okay where you're at. Remember the parable? The parable is a parable. Anyways, the story of the frog, right? Where somebody puts a pot with water on the stove. The frog jumps in. The flame is just enough to be comfortable, but not enough to feel like you're getting burnt or you're getting cooked. And slightly they raise the temperature. And when the frog gets used to it, they slightly raise the temperature again. That's conforming. Because you know what? Eventually that frog gets cooked. Comfortable. Even at the original level, it got comfortable. When the temperature went up, it got comfortable. When the temperature went up again, it got comfortable. When the temperature got up again, it cooked. We don't want to do that. And I'm telling you, remember what I say all the time. You and I are on a journey. We may have different places to go and different goals to reach, but we're on a journey. And so what I'm giving you are foundational kind of like tidbits. I'm giving you things that you can use to move forward, to motivate you to move forward, to get you going. Conforming is nice because there's no risk. I mean, it's scary sometimes, and it's hard. It's like for me, right? I have over 40 years of education. I mean, I'm probably gonna be in school for the rest of my life, but the problem is that there are some things that I'm still adapting to, which is one of the things is test taking. It's one of those things where I felt so comfortable, I felt conforming, and I'm saying, well, in the past I've said, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And so what I'm doing is I'm letting control go. I'm letting control go. But we don't want to do that, because when you do that, then again, you're conforming. You're not doing anything. You're not moving forward. You're here, but you're not in the present moment. You're just stuck. You're not moving. You get anxious, right? You get agitated because yes, you wanna do something, but no, you're afraid or you're anxious that it's gonna be hard, or it's gonna take a long time, or it's gonna feel like the whole world is crumbling all around you. But you know what? Sometimes we need to take a risk. And I'm telling you this. When I restarted this YouTube channel, I took a risk. Doing videos every night, it's just me pushing me. It's pushing me forward. It's motivating me. But you know what? For the longest time, I conformed. I started this channel about 5 years ago, and it was a similar channel. It wasn't this exact channel. And then I conformed because I said, "Oh, this is going to take a long time. These long videos are going to take a long time. Why am I doing short? What is this?" And then it stopped. And it took about 3 to 4 years for me to start again. At that time, I was a little bit older. I was a lot older, and a little bit wiser. And I realized that by that time, I'm like, I need to be uncomfortable in order for me to move forward. I need to get uncomfortable. That was around the time that I told you, right? I was laid off from my job during COVID. I've actually applied to over 200 jobs, and it was hard. So I pivoted. I pivoted. And then I started looking into special education, teacher special education. I love it. I love the job. But I'm going through school again. So see, again, it's like conforming means you're not moving forward. I'm not conforming. I don't want to conform. I mean, look at me. I'm 49 years old, and I'm still in school because I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love school. If it was up to me, again, I would be in school all my life. But taking risks, right? This is the time where a lot of people are getting ready and looking forward to retirement in a few years. I'm starting a journey. I said to myself, this digitized information that I'm going to be providing you, it's a win-win for me because it gets me out of my comfort zone. Remember, I'm an introvert. It doesn't seem that way in my videos that I'm an introvert, but I am. I'm very reserved, but I get myself out. And I get myself out of my shell, and I get myself going, and I get myself talking, and I get myself helping, and get myself being humble. Sometimes it's hard, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I'm talking about conformity today. Because sometimes when it's hard, and it's so hard to get going, we just give up. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be like the frog that as it gets harder and harder, bit by bit, you give up, you're done. You don't want to do that. So you want to be in this journey that you set yourself to do. And you want to get to a place where you got this momentum going and the power of compounding, right? So compounding means just adding victories, little victories to medium-sized victories to large victories. The power of compounding helps a lot. It helps me. Activities that help me get going, right? Sometimes I play games. Sometimes I listen to music. I pray a lot. Every morning I pray a lot. I do that. Again, right? You have to find your higher power. Those are the 5 things that I talked about. Look at my videos from the past. Know yourself, which means what gets you up, what gets you down. Know yourself on the inside and on the outside. Know others, because if you know yourself, you're going to be able to adapt to others. I mean, you're going to be able to interact with so many different people that you're not used to interacting, because if you know yourself, you're going to be comfortable being you. You have to be comfortable being you. And that's one way to move away from conformity. Do not conform. You are very unique. Remember I said it, right? Nature. That's all the genetic makeup. All the things that come half from your mom's side, half from your dad's side, right? That's nature. nurture. That's everything else. And it sounds so easy, but it's not, because that includes life experiences, perceptions, how you see the world, perceptions, how the world sees you, perceptions, how you take that information, you process it, and make it realistic and say, this is how I see it. And then you go to your support system and say, am I getting this right? Sometimes if we're in our heads too much, then that means that we're not using our critical thinking skills. We have to think critically. We have to have this supercomputer sharp, right? We have to have mind-body balance. And so, but when we conform, we don't do anything. I mean, sometimes you sit, you don't do anything. You become anxious about things. You become anxious about what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do next week, where are you going to get the money to pay bills, to to provide for your families or for your loved ones or for others all around you. So, those are the things that slow us down. It's kind of like the frog again, right? It got used to one level of heat, and then it got used to another level of heat until all the way until it got cooked. We don't want to get cooked. We don't want to get to that point. We want to move away from conforming. And a lot of the time, moving away from conformity means that you are going to feel nervous. You are going to take a leap of faith. You are going to motivate yourself by doing those small victories that you do, the activities that you love doing. Sometimes it seems like my mind goes on autopilot, and that's how I slow down. So what I usually do is I do an activity either with my mind or with my body that will make me go again. Today I was tired. I mean, I had a long day. I was tired after work. I sat, I fell asleep, and then I woke up. And I had two choices. I could stay laying down on the couch and do nothing, or I can get up and do my shorts and do this video, and then after that do a little bit of grading. And it was hard. I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard to just go over the hump, go over and start moving, so that way your mind starts getting focused and your body starts getting focused as well. And it's hard to move forward. So I got up, brought down my umbrellas that I do so that way the plants don't get charred with the sun, with the summer heat. And then I watered some of the plants. And then all of a sudden my mind was like, pop, 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 pop. Then I went outside and cleaned the litter, the cat litter. And all of a sudden I was like, man, I have an idea. And that's where the topic of conformity came about. Because I realized that sometimes we take our motivation for granted. We take moving forward for granted. We take ourselves and our potential for granted. All of you have potential. I know it. Because we're all unique. So we all have potential to do something that you get focused on, you will get to it. You will get to that space. You will get to that goal. You will get to that job. You will get to that place where you want to get to. And so, but remember, right? A lot of times we need to have our support system help us. We need to make sure that we're always interacting with the ones that really tell us like it is. Our support system, the support network that we have, our village, we may want to go out a little bit more into our village. The people that we don't the people that we want to interact with. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of people that I interact with. And sometimes, when you send a text, when you call them, it's like as if you've never missed a minute of interacting, of talking, of doing that. I challenge you to connect with somebody that you haven't connected in a while, and see how they're doing. And you tell them how you're doing, what things are working, what things are not working. If you're comfortable doing that, I mean, it's amazing that we as human beings have the potential to do what we do. Why do you think there's so many billionaires? Why do you think there's so many athletes that are like so focused, right, on it? It takes compounding effects. It takes victories. It takes a mindset that you can do it. It takes a mindset that says, I'm not going to conform. I told myself that when I started this channel again, less than a year ago. I said, I'm not going to conform. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to do things sometimes when it sucks. when you're tired, right? When you feel like you just want to sit and veg and maybe watch like sports or play a game or do nothing. It's like, it's there was a saying that somebody said, and I forget who said it, so I don't know. I'm going to give credit to whoever said it, but it says, you do the work when people are doing work, but you also do the work when people are not doing work. Again, right? It's like, don't conform. I'm not saying don't rest. You need rest. You need sleep. You need rest. You need to eat healthy. But what I'm telling you is this. You have to start with small victories, small activities that get you going. This motivates me. By the time I'm done with my 2 shorts, one in Spanish, one in English, remember I told you, and this longer video, I am like so focused. It's like laser focus. I found out what gets me going, and that's giving you topics, helping you get to where you want to get to, giving you topics that I think are not only affecting me but affecting you, and at the same time, it's one of those things, and I think that for me it comes with age, is that mindset that we're all here, right? We all have similarities, I get it, but we're different. And I want to make sure that I touch bases on so many different topics, because a lot of you deal with different things. We're not dealing with the different things. If we all were worrying about money, then the video would be worrying about money. But some of us are not. Some of us are. And so that's the reason why I give you topics every day, because I want you to find the one that gets you going. Don't stay stagnant. Don't conform, right? Be the one that moves forward, even if you're uncomfortable, because you know what? Uncomfortable gets your mind and body focused, because you're saying, holy crap, I'm so uncomfortable to do this, but I'm going to do this because I want to. I want to get to the goal that I want to. So get ahead. Don't stay stagnant. It's good to rest, though. Again, it's a balance. It's always a balance, right? Back on basics is always a balance. You rest, you work. You rest, you work, right? It's the same thing as with us, right? It's the nature versus nurture, right? All of these experiences should help the way that you are here physically, mentally, to move you forward. Those life experiences should get you forward. So, don't stay stagnant. Get uncomfortable. Move a little bit forward. Move another little bit forward. Move another little bit forward. Just build on those. And then the steps will get bigger and you'll move a lot forward. Again, right? But don't forget, you do have support. You have support. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel at BackOnBasics9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. Hit the like button for this video. Again, do not conform. Get uncomfortable and move forward. That's where you're like, get so focused. If you're uncomfortable, you're assessing yourself. And you're saying, I can stay, I can conform and not do anything. I can stay here uncomfortable, or I can just move forward. And then my mind and body's going to be sharp. Until next time, back on basics.